Hey guys, and I'm here once again doing yet another review, and it's a very generic review as you can tell by the title, but I don't put a lot of things into the title. And well, the Antlar I'm reviewing, it's the 2005 Ultraman Max version. People have wondered about the differences between the 2005 and the new 2009 version of the toy, so I have decided to, make this video obligatory and, do it. So this is the 2005 Ultraman Max Antlar. So Antlar here, it's a purchase on Black Friday, November 15th, from, well, somewhere in November, from Time Tunnel Toys and Collectibles, and my, it's a great purchase. I am glad that I picked this over Terabon, because Terabon was, well, after seeing it in real life, I decided it was not a very good figure. So Antlar. We'll begin with the articulation because I feel like it. The head rotates 360, but it's a little stiff for some reason. Maybe it's the inner rings clashing or something, I don't know. Arms rotate 360. Really easy. Just like that. And the legs rotate 360. Also, if you're into doing tricks with your figures like me, you can pull the vinyl out right here to stretch the vinyl like this. Just pull it out like this so that you can have Antlar, running around like this, digging, basically. Even though it looks really weird and he doesn't really balance very well. Alright, so that's articulation, 4 points. Mediocre, but you really can't do anything more with this character than what they've already done. Sizing. I don't have a lot of Ultraman monsters. I have a few 7 monsters, but I don't want to see Ultra 7 again. Ultra 7, never one of my favorites. So yeah, I'll just bring out a couple of Jack monsters because it is Return of Ultraman after all. So here's Twin Tail. Looks pretty good. Twin Tail's 40 meters, so it's Antlar. And Black King. Now Black King should be a little taller than Antlar, so that's correct. And Twin Tail is a bit taller, but that's only because of the whips. So yeah, they look really nice together. And let's just throw in an Ultra just, for shits and giggles. It's Imitation Dino, the shortest Ultra that I own. And, well, it looks good. That's all I need to know. Really. So yeah, sizing is pretty good for Antlar. Yeah, I really don't have a lot to say about this figure other than, paint job. Let's get on to it. Now, this sculpt was 100% reused for the 2009 version. And, well, just friggin' focus here. Come on, camera. Don't fail me now. Come on. There we go. So yeah, 2005 Antlar or Antora, made in China. That kind of thing. But this Antlar figure, like most generic reviews out there, will just continuously just praise this figure for how good the sculpt is, and I'm not gonna lie, it's really good. It's extremely good. In fact, Bandai had a very well-made choice of using vinyl usage. For example, they use very glossy vinyl for the body because it's like the carapace, and the head because it's like a shell. But then for the arms, which have like a flap kind of texture, it's not shiny anymore, and it has a rough texture to it, and it's a very nice contrast considering that a lot of newer figures don't have that. Paint job. Now, comparing to the new Antlar, which I don't have, unfortunately, the new Antlar has much thinner stripes of yellow here. Although it should be, completely yellow, it doesn't really matter. It looks nice, but the new one just kind of looks lazy because it looks like a tiger now. And come on, this guy's name came from Ant Lion. This has nothing to do with lions. The back has really nice blue highlights. And they added it in just to be accurate because there's blue highlights all over the place. That's accurate. The back of the head had some blue highlights. The eyes are painted on rather sloppily. Well, they're doing the same thing on the new figure anyway. The bottom is completely peach colored, which also is more accurate because in the new version, only this part has been sprayed. So yeah. And they also bothered in the color and to draw lines where the gills or whatever those things should be. And what I like most, besides the obvious stripes, the flaps themselves are painted a peach color, and the toes and the claws are painted a mahogany color, and that's really good because it's really accurate. And so this is like this is like Antlar Plus. And if you remember back in my old days, I really liked Antlar. He was my favorite monster. He was a poster boy. And yeah, those feelings are kind of lost, but Antlar is not that bad. Antlar is so cool. So history time for Yaya 9's obligatory crash history. Very, very long, a lot of rambling. Let's begin. Antlar first appeared in the original Ultraman episode number 8, called the Bluestone of Barrage, where a comet crashed into the desert of, I'm guessing Japan maybe. I don't know if Japan has any deserts or anything. That apparently waked up Antlar, and while going on an expedition to it, their planes were attacked by Antlar, and they were forced to walk across the desert until they reached a town called Barrage. And it's like, a very old-fashioned town, like, it's like Persia, from the Prince of Persia series, stuff like that. And, well, basically it was a history where Ultraman was apparently Noah, which I'm guessing, I was wondering why this episode didn't got carried over to the US, because this place is very sensitive about religious items. You know how many games that Nintendo has actually censored because of religion, and look at that. Japanese TV show just put Noah in there. It was always kind of humorous to me, so yeah. Turns out Ultraman was Noah, or actually Ultraman Noah, who wasn't even introduced in the story at the time, gave him a blue stone. And the stone was said to be, the thing protecting the town. And Antlar was like this great destroyer demon, whatever, that was supposed to destroy the town. And right about when they finished the story, Antlar shows up and starts wrecking the town. Ultraman shows up to fight him. Let's just take Fake Dyna here. Fake Dyna was like an anti-hero. He was never a villain. He was never evil. He was just there to fight. So so Ultraman wrestles with him for a while and eventually breaks off his pincers or his antlers. And what's funny is that in the Ultraman video game, Ultraman, the game Ultraman for the PlayStation 2, a special cutscene can be unlocked when, Antlar dives into the sand, pops his head up, and is about to leap, but then you press I think it was the O button for block, and Ultraman will catch him mid-leap and throw him like this. And after doing that to him two to three times, the antlers will snap off. So yeah, that's that's a little neat trivia right there. So after wrestling with him for a while, Specium Ray didn't work, and I'll just sum it up quickly by saying that Science Patrol guy came in, somehow had the strength of Hercules, threw the stone at the head, which was another humorous concept because a human is about this tall, and he somehow threw a stone like this big with magical properties, which I'm guessing is really heavy, to the head of a 40-meter tall monster. That's kind of unbelievable, but I'll just let it pass. And kills Antlar. So that's about it. In Ultraman Max, they basically did the exact same thing, except it was in a metropolitan city, and Max defeated Antlar using his Max Cannon, because apparently this stone in small proportions can only weaken Antlar, and in a large proportion can kill him. In Ultra Galaxy Neo, he was controlled by alien Babalu, who was, evil, and he got defeated. He was defeated by EX Gomora, and then he and Babalu escaped. And I was really mad because Babalu was one of my least favorite aliens, and Antlar was one of my favorite monsters. So why Super A? Finally, he appeared in the Billy's 100 Monster Army in Ultra Galaxy Legends. And in the scene, he was standing behind Bolton, you know, holding his head up like this, and, you know, starts shrieking, and you can see the bottom is completely pink. So yeah, that's why I know it's accurate. And that's about all we've seen of Antlar so far. Oh, one more. In the prequel to Ultraman Saga, in Ultraman Red Sudden episode 53 or something, I don't know, called Ultra Brothers vs. Monster Army, he was revived by Alien Bat and Grand Sphere and transformed. But then, you know, it turns out that the transformation was stupid, and then he was basically devolved, and Ultraman was able to kill him with the Specium Ray. While in the previous movie, without him being powered up, he was killed by the Ultra Attack Ray. So yeah, that's all we've seen of Antlar so far, and, well, we should see him more. In the end, Antlar is going to get a solid 5 out of 5 from me. He's got a great paint job, great scaling, great articulation, well, as much as you can get. And, well, that's really all you need for a figure. So, 5 out of 5. Definitely recommend it for everyone. Godzilla fans, you go get this figure right now. Everybody people command you to do it, and I'm going to command you to do it as well. So, yeah, solid 5 out of 5. This is Yada Knight, and I'll see you guys later.